Right hand by Ribalta. There's that left uppercut. Comes back with the right hand. Coffee staggering here.
Now this is the combination punching and the hand speed that made me give Ribalta the edge in hand speed. And he is a better combination puncher by and large, and now he's showing it. But
excuse me, now this is the controlled fighter we were talking about Ribalta would show.
Boy, you can't hurt Cecil Coffee. Look at the bombs that Ribalta's hitting him with. And Coffee's still there. Just amazing.
And Ribalta is starting to bring those from left and right field, and Coffee's still wading into them. Half hand by Coffee that time. Ribalta countered a bit. 30 seconds to go in round 7. So even though these two heavyweights may be tiring here in the 7th, this punch is still with a lot of power behind them on both sides. Best round by Ribalta. Heavyweights fighting here in the 7th.
In the last round, Ribalta grazed him with the right hand. Watch this uppercut. It literally lifts him off the canvas. And Cecil Coffee didn't even come close to going down. But a big round for Jose Ribalta.
This is round 8, scheduled for 10 in the heavyweight in our co-main event tonight. Entertaining Plus in Atlantic City. Al, you've been scoring this fight, getting a little tougher, isn't it?
It is indeed. I give the last round to Ribalta. I've got Coffee ahead 4-3. But at this point, Ribalta, with that big 7th round, you got to feel like he's maybe starting to take control back of this fight.
And sometimes you can feel that old momentum start to swing a little bit, even though Coffee will do what he's doing right now, just continue to come forward. Ribalta is really landing that big right hand. By the way, we looked at that cut in the corner of Coffee in between the rounds. It is also on the eyelid and does not appear to be too severe right now.
No, apparently not. A good left hook by Coffee. We should point out that neither of these fighters has ever been past 8 rounds. This is in the 8th, so this is in the last round that they have ever gone. And they're both showing signs of fatigue.
9 and 10 suddenly become the twilight zone for both, if they go that far.
Yeah, and could figure very prominently in the scoring of this fight. Now, here's where Coffee, he's moving his hands a little bit, but Ribalta counter-punching off those ropes. Ribalta would like to keep this fight at long range in the center of the ring where he can peck away with the jab and then come with that big right hand. There's a low blow by Coffee. Well, boy, this is low blow night, huh? Ribalta sitting on the rope. See if they give him some time to shake it off.
If you're just joining us, one of our earlier fights, there was a 5-minute delay in the 8th round of that one after a couple of low blows were thrown. Red Summers sat on his stool for 5 minutes before the round was completed. Ribalta's asked by Steve Smoger, the referee, if he's all right. He said he is, and they continue.
Now, Coffee's been going to the body all through the fight. That's the first really low punch, so I would be surprised if they'd actually take a round away from him for that. Putting him right wherever you are watching ESPN telecast tonight. Big right hands by Coffee again. Ribalta trying to counter with a big one of his own. Ribalta, Al, has been very successful with that uppercut tonight. Yeah, he hasn't used it, I don't think, as much as he would like, but when he has landed it against Cecil Coffee. Both fighters, I think, tired at this point.
Don't wait.
There will be a 9th round as the closing seconds of round 8 will end with the two fighters leaning on each other.
This punch by Cecil Coffee did indeed end up low. Ooh, yeah. Now that's the first one really like that in this fight for Coffee, and they did not take the round away.
Back to round 9, scheduled for 10, as Ribalta on the right, Coffee on the left. Resume their battling of each other here as they have through the early rounds. This is our main event tonight on Top Rank Boxing from the Atlantis Hotel Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Smith along with Al Bernstein tonight as Cecil Coffee on the left fights Jose Ribalta on the right. is the 9th round. They're set to go 10, and they have been doing this throughout.
Coffee now is going back to the body. There you see him throwing combinations. Now, those are not as powerful as they were earlier, but he's still working the body. I give Ribalta a lot of credit for taking that body assault early and still having something left. Ribalta outside the rope, and Steve Smunger gets in very quickly and does a good job to prevent Coffee from hitting. Coffee is pressuring Ribalta a lot in this round, and he's getting to that body. Ribalta, I think, a little tired. We said neither fighter's been 9. Oh, big uppercut.
Big uppercut indeed. A good straight right hand. Coffee has taken every arsenal shot thrown by Ribalta so far.
And no one questions the chin or courage of Cecil Coffee.
There are people at ringside shaking their heads with the force of those punches by Ribalta, and maybe more so that Coffee is still standing. Maybe Ribalta is somewhat surprised that he too is still standing because
I think he is. Good left hook by Cecil Coffee. And
Get around, stay around.
Ribalta not able to knock him down with those big right hands, and a little discouraging to him.
Keep in mind, a cut opened over the left eye of Ribalta way back in the 3rd round has been well closed, and we're fighting in the 9th.
This is a tough round to score. Ribalta's landed some big shots. Coffee's done a lot of good work to the body, and occasionally landed a left hook to the head.
That's exactly where Coffee wants to be, right there. Even though he has walked into that uppercut numerous times.
The pace has slowed, and both fighters really, in this round, have given a lot. Boy, Ribalta's just winding up with that uppercut. That's when Coffee has to get him with the left hook, Sam. And he's just a beat slower now than he was earlier in the fight. If Ribalta had wound up with that uppercut earlier in the fight, Coffee would have clocked him with the left hook.
Cecil Coffee again walks into a left-right combination. Jose Ribalta on the ropes. Coffee challenging here. End of round 9. An entertaining fight here, and we'll have the 10th and final round after this. Well, the two fighters, Jose Ribalta and Cecil Coffee, cut grounds as we start the 10th and final round of the heavyweight main event here in Atlantic City tonight. And well, a lot of people looked at the fight and said, well, I don't know how entertaining it'll be. I think we have ourselves been somewhat surprised tonight. It's been a good one.
A very good fight. You never know when you get heavyweights in the ring. But we've seen Cecil Coffee in 2 good entertaining fights. The one with Andrew Stokes and now this one. And Ribalta, when we've seen him before on ESPN, is made for a good fight. The reason, they throw punches. They're not like some heavyweights just to wait around. Good left hook by Coffee.
Keep in mind, Coffee got a draw with Stokes. He may be on his way to his 2nd straight draw the way this thing is going.
It could be. I'll tell you, it's not hard to imagine that. And it's also not hard to imagine that whatever the outcome, it'll be decided here in this last round.
Ribalta using that uppercut. I don't think he found that until about the, 4th, 5th round out?
Well, I think part of the reason is he couldn't afford to use it this way. The hand speed of Coffee was a little better, and he was worried about getting countered by Coffee if he used that punch.
He has gone to it almost strictly here.
Coffee continues to work to the body. And you'll see just how close I think this fight is. I've got, at this point, Ribalta had 5-4. I gave him the last 2 rounds, so in my opinion, he's got at least a draw sewn up, but don't go by that because this has been a very close fight, and it's very conceivable that Coffee could be ahead.
3 judges at ringside will score. Coffee takes that big right hand, but just continues to come on strong.
Ribalta with those big, clean shots, and that's an impact on the judges. Coffee's done a lot of work inside into the body. Oh, and there goes Ribalta almost outside the ring.
That was cause Ribalta had stepped on the foot of Coffee. Coffee pushed him, trying to get him off, and then all of a sudden he lost his balance, and through the ropes he goes. Well, we said at the top of the show it would be a brawl, and that's what we evolved into here in the 10th and final round.
Good left by Ribalta. It's been that may have hurt Coffee. It's been a brawl, but a brawl with a lot of strategy. Coffee's hurt. Cecil Coffee finally was really stunned, and he is in some trouble. Can he last this 10th round?
Can he hang on indeed as Ribalta is trying to get some? Coffee's trying to stay in tight.
He's tired and he's hurt, and these last 29 seconds important because he could still figure in this decision, Coffee. It should be a fairly close fight. Unless Ribalta can put him out here.
Ribalta making some points for the judges here in the closing moments of the 10th round. Coffee has come back with a good uppercut of his own. Look at these heavyweights battling away here in the final seconds of the 10th round.
Big 10th for Ribalta. May have thrown it up for him.
You'll hear the appreciative crowd, and there's the bell. Jose Ribalta, Cecil Coffee, both acknowledging the crowd and their appreciation of the fight here tonight. It did indeed go the distance. And now it's up to the judges at ringside to give us a winner. Will it be Jose Ribalta, 6'5", trying to move to 18-1, or will it be Cecil Coffee in the other corner trying to keep his unblemished record to go to 16-0-1? Let's find out what happened in that 10th round as Ribalta loaded up with that right hand again. Ooh, that did some damage.
The same right hand that he had been landing all through the fight. In the final round, however, it did take its toll a little bit on Coffee because he